Well. I am excited to be here today because I am going to deliver some predictions around my very favorite topic and the evolving world of big tech, web3, decentralized technology, and we cannot ignore the role of cryptocurrency in all of this. Now, where do I begin? We're going to have to speak about Meta and the advancements of Meta because OMG, what a sexy Meta Connect we had the other week. Oh, damn. I love a bit of Meta. I'm so sorry. Like, I know so many people out there have problems with big tech and Mark Zuckerberg and Meta and all of that kind of stuff. And I don't know how everyone else feels, but I love Mark Zuckerberg. I'm sorry, I do. I'm in love with him. I think that I have an obsession and I think I need to seek medical treatment. Joke. Let me be serious. The Meta Connect was divine. It was beautiful. It was affirmative, and it was really, really reassuring. It was nice to see the development of tech coming through, the role that VR is going to be playing, moreover, the role that AR is going to be playing. I'm incredibly turned on and excited about AR at this time. There's going to be such major changes in regards to how we use technology because of the revolution that is coming through the AR. I mean, virtual reality's been there, it's been a thing, it is evolving, and it has so much more evolution to go through in regards to the 360 perspective of virtual reality. But I mean, when we look at augmented reality and we really look at the 25% inference it has in regards to our reality instead of the 100% immersion that VR has, I mean, it's phenomenal. And I just keep seeing synchronistic TV shows, sci-fi movies, even thrillers with so many concepts of AR, really small little inferences of AR as well. So it's just the little, let's say, mirage, holographic, hologram style concepts that Mark somewhat demonstrated on the Connect. And he gave us a little prototype look into I believe it was the kind of AR watch. I really enjoyed the Ray-Ban glasses as well. A lot more stuff coming with the glasses. I've got a lot of notes on that. I'm going to break down every single department, but I just wanted to tap in because I'm super excited at this time. So if you're into this kind of stuff, hit the like, hit subscribe, and please do follow because I'm going to be bringing out specifically crypto predictions, specifically a full-on detailed prediction of where we're going with VR and AR and meta technology. And there's quite a few other things I want to go in regards to Web3, digitalization. I mean, there's a lot of mergers I see coming up specifically in the tech industry. I mean, I'm liking what I'm seeing right now with McDonald's accepting crypto, with Visa and PayPal now merging. I believe that we've just had Coinbase and PayPal align. I'm not too sure. There's a lot of stuff going on. I am coming from a really unique standpoint. I like to scream that I am coming from a more extraterrestrial pathetic standpoint here. I am not a specialist in any of these fields, but I am confident in what I speak about and what I see from an ecological synchronistic standpoint. So we're going to power forward with that kind of intel and intellect on this channel. The main things I do want to say is I've already put some content out about cryptocurrency and the floor being set at around 10,496, and I have been monitoring the rise and fall, and we are now at 16, and that's UK, that's pound. Obviously the pound is incredibly weak at this time. We're not going to go in on government, but I would like to talk lengthily about the Conservative and Labour government and the fact that Liz Truss has just left. and after 44 days, and the fact that Boris feels like he's also going to step back into the running. Keir Starmer is now seeking a general election, and Rishi Sunak is still there. He should have initially been the one appointed, because he is actually the only one with enough expertise alongside Boris to handle the media attention that is coming from all of this. The main thing that stands out to me here is the media attention surrounding Parliament at this time, specifically MPs. It is more a hindrance than it is a benefit. I mean, to see Kwasi get attacked in the way in which he did, media-wise, yes, he did initiate some major cuts. Yes, it is really fucking with the pound. Duh. But at the end of the day, if we're looking at longevity and we're looking at this from an economic standpoint, I mean, we've got to do something drastic here. We're in a difficult space, and Kwasi was not wrong to initiate the moves that he made, even though it terrifies Labour and it terrifies everyone below the breadline. But that's when we've got to look at things, because I had a really significant conversation today, and what I said that really stood with me was the poor are looking at the rich with frustration in regards to taxes, corporation tax, what we're allowed to have, and what the percentages are for the rich versus the poor. But whilst the poor are looking at the rich in envy, the rich are looking at other states, other countries. They've got more of a worldly perspective, and that's what I believe Conservative are doing at this time. They are taking on more of a worldly perspective. They do seem to have more of an eye on the global economy than I feel Labour does. Personally, do I have an issue with Keir Starmer? Yes, I do. Is that the driving force for why I will not even engage with Labour and any form of manifesto at this time? Yes, it is. So, is there going to be a general election in the week ahead? I have no idea. I would say that it would be the smartest thing to do, considering we've just run through a load of fucking Conservative MPs that have not been able to cut the mustard. I actually would like to publicly somewhat apologise to Boris, to be honest with you as well, because upon reflection, and I think we should all sit with ourselves and understand where we've all made mistakes, and on the Hermatology Me channel, I was going in on Boris. I've been on Boris's nuts for the last 2 years, screaming no confidence. From the fact that Boris called Muslim women letterboxes, that was a write-off for me then and there. I thought, yeah, this is disgusting. He shouldn't be in. But what I will say about Boris, and I will hold my hands up and say, do you know what? Didn't really see his strength being that, but it actually is his ability to handle the mainstream media. And I don't think anyone else could have managed COVID, the isolation, the scrutiny, the constant evening public announcements and press releases, and journalistic kind of standpoint of the whole stampede and interrogation that is the media. He done an incredible job at managing that. And through all the Partygate stuff, through all the struggles that he went through, he managed to keep a strong face. He managed to hold it together. And this man's still saying, I'll run the country, not a problem. Shows you a real difference when we've got Liz Truss, and she's already like, what? I want out. 44 days and I'm done. I can't take it. Because the media is eating her up alive. Like, I don't feel like she failed at the job because she couldn't actually do the job, the actual job. Not the surrounding inferences that the job brings in regards to logistics and strategy of managing the media and the backlash and having to let people go. Kwasi was her mate. She put Kwasi in that position for a reason. Yeah, Kwasi's coming from business, energy and strategy as well. He's got an excellent background. He's a very, very strong, established man. I'm a big Kwasi fan. I have been for a long time. Throughout his position in business and energy and industrial strategy, because that's where I long to live, you know. So it's a shame for Kwasi to leave in the way in which he does. I don't know what that means for him after losing a position like that and where he does go now, because somebody else has now taken on the secretary position for his old post. And I've ranted on about the government intently now in the United Kingdom. So if you are from the UK, please do hit the like and feel free to subscribe. But I did want to tap in on that. I also do want to check in and say we're at 16 on the crypto. I haven't got any devices handy with me to tap in any further and see if we've gone up or down since then. But I am still sticking with my forecast because that 16 I've been seeing in mid-October and we're here. And then I'm saying that 14's on the way. Well, look, I don't like, for some reason, I don't see a 15 drop, but I see a drop straight to 14. And once we go to 14, that's when the fun starts. I'm saying by November the 5th, November the 4th, we've got to see 14. And I'm not out here screaming, let's lose money, fuck the crypto. But I am saying, whoa, got to believe in my prophecy, got to believe in my insight. And I've been seeing this for a while. Interestingly, is this going to play out or not? And then when we hit 16, and I know we've been bouncing up and down. I mean, in any given moment, we can hit back up to 17. But I mean, if we do start, and when I say stabilizing, I'm sure that's probably not the right terms. But when we start just settling in the 16 region and we're just chilling there, that's when we kind of go, oh, okay. And then when we're chilling in 16, but we're still decreasing and declining in the 16 range, and we're constantly doing that, it's kind of like, okay, nice. I see you. And then for some reason, I don't know why I don't see 15. So for me, in my mind frame, I'm like, okay, I'm going to miss the 15. I'm going to be busy. I'm going to be doing something, and I'm not going to hear about the 15 drop with all my fucking workload. But I am suddenly going to go on the market, and I'm going to see straight 14 plummet. And I'm like, fuck, shit. We're looking at 14,493. 14,493 is what I'm saying. That just came to me. We're gonna spit that shit out and give it to the collective. Why not? Why would we not prophesize? So yeah, I'm just tapping in, just releasing and transmitting some higher source information, and we're going to see what happens with that. If you enjoyed this, please do hit the like. Anything else I want to say before I come back and bring you the real tea, because I'm going to break down all of these segments. So I'm going to do a bit on gov. I will tap into US government because I've been looking into that quite a lot. So much interesting stuff going on in the US. Specifically, I'm interested at this time about, do you know what I loved getting my teeth stuck into was the full-on session with social media and Homeland Security. The whole Congress and Senate session of that was really nice. A lot of issues brought up here, and that brings so much clarity to where we're going in regards to Meta and VR and AR, but not only that, where the tech fits in. Also, it's fascinating to me because I did prophesize this last year, and I just kind of kept it to myself, but I do have it logged in some of my other personal publications where I really identified how that crypto was going to become such a natural way to pay for things in stores. So the fact that you can do, we've got that going on in Switzerland in McDonald's, you can pay with crypto to get your MacDs. I mean, that's massive. And then not only that, I mean, the mergers with PayPal now and Coinbase, I believe. I feel like something's going on with Binance, but I can't be sure because I haven't got any notes with me. I've literally just come in from a lovely evening out, and I just wanted to hit you guys with what was on my mind because I was full of it. So I'm going to love you and leave you, and I hope that you found some interest in that. Let me think just for a second, guys. Hit the like, tap your energy in. That's what we do nowadays to get the traction up. Just hit the like and I'll sense you out there. And then I'll hear what you're asking me, and then I'll prophesize it, not a prop. I'm going to go in on the meta when I come back. There's a lot of conversation I want to have about decentralized technology. There's also a segment I want to put out about porn and the future of porn and the stuff that I've seen come in for not only the porn industry and a lot of stuff that Hermatology is developing. I'm so excited about stuff that's going on over here. And actually, I didn't believe that I would be involved in any kind of hardware developments. I didn't really see that in my future. I didn't really prophesize that. But there are some really fucking awesome VR technology that is coming. I don't want to reveal too much at this time. I don't know how much of that hardware I'm going to be involved in and how much of the software we're going to be involved in creating. But my vision is my vision, and I see some really amazing sex toys that are absolutely fucking amazing because they are VR, AR sex toys that do offer stimulation and are penetrable, so you can penetrate them. They sounds all a bit wrong. They can go inside, and actually, this is going to be saved for the full-on pornographic, over 18s tech developments and predictions for her tech, but I will give you a little splice and a little tea, which is we're looking at dildos, rabbits, and stimulating devices like that can go into the vagina or anal and give you a 360 view inside. That's what we're talking about here today. Not like if it's a good thing I'm not on camera, because my grin is motherfucking wide, okay? Because it's really exciting times when we've got the big guys and the big top dogs building amazing stuff like MetaQuest, and all of the gaming around that, the connection with all of that in regards to Microsoft and Zoom and WhatsApp, and how the avatars are going to be filtering through with all of that, and the Bitmojis and how we use emojis and avatars now. Such a beautiful ascension that's kind of really happening. I mean, I love this stuff. It gives me life. Like, for me as a clairvoyant, okay, I am a clairvoyant intuitive, and any clairvoyant out there who sees spirit, we already live in an augmented reality. I'm already living in AR. For as long as I've accepted my mediumship, since 2016, I've been living in AR. So it's really refreshing and kind of like breathtaking and emotional and overwhelming, because I am a sensitive empath. But to think that the world is actually going to mirror my reality that I've been living since 2016. Because I see dead people and I see them as if they were holograms in the environment and space. I see energy in the environment. I see auras and things like that. So the fact that technology is coming that mirrors that and looks exactly like the reality I live as a clairvoyant, it's so soothing to the soul, and it creates more of a level playing field, I guess, for all of us and our divine imaginations and our belief systems. And it paves the way for spirituality in the tech industry, where there hasn't really been room for that, or even discussions of the two. And for me, I'm a shaman, but I am also human, and I live in the real world, and I'm an entrepreneur and a businesswoman involved in tech and so many other different kind of industries. And to step into the corporation world with a shamanic label, with clairvoyance background, and then still love sex and understand that the sex industry is a big deal, and we're not going to write it off, because actually if we write off sex, how are we going to have children? How is the world going to be sustainable? How are we going to keep surviving as humanity? Yeah, we don't always have to look at sex as a dirty thing. It can be what's making the world go around, which it is. So the idea of these devices that are coming in, and this is what interests me, and this is what I really want to hone in when I go personal on the tech predictions coming over the next month, is I want to talk about all the China, like this, let's not stereotype. I come from the hood, right? So I will say Chinaman. You go to the Chinaman and you get your Android box, you get your chipped phone, you get all of those kind of tech things that you need. We're talking about old school days like Kodi, LimeWire, Android boxes, chipped boxes, all of the like pirate radio version of the back in the days. That's what's going to be happening now. There's going to be so many knockoff tech devices, AR, VR, MetaQuest style, Oculus style knockoffs that it's going to be running out of China. It's going to be unreal. But imagine that in relation to some of these sex toys is like I don't want to get too dirty over here, but clearly I'm excited about this, so I'm just going to share this and pin it here and leave it. But we're talking about real genuine toys with the ability to go inside, provide a 360 view, and be working and controlled by another person. Not only that, your partner can control that from somewhere else around the world through software. Sexual stimulation through software, through a device. Someone can act like, we're getting to the point where we're not going to need to go and get a smear test or get our ovaries checked and look around and see if we've got any lumps in the uterus, because the devices that we have at home through our Oculus and VR devices and some AR tools will allow us to actually get a 360 vision of the inside. Sorry guys, being a bit full on with you today, but I'm excited, and not even in a randy way, in an intellectual, empowered way, because the future looks bright. When I say the future looks orange, and then that also makes me want to talk about one-to-one and orange, and I will be coming at you with some very interesting conversations. Because if you are from the United Kingdom, you will know what one-to-one is. You would know what O2 is, you would know what orange is, and you would understand that they are very outdated. Let me throw a little bit more stuff at you, United Kingdom crew. What is Quick Save? What is Safeway? What is Woolworths? And why has IKEA in Enfield, furthermore, also closed down? But furthermore, why is it reopening in Oxford Street? Why have they spent £379 million, I believe, on a property on Oxford Street for the new IKEA, when IKEA is full of furniture, and flat packed furniture at that would have to be delivered to a house, and no one drives to the centre of London? So what are you really selling in IKEA? Stay with me here. What are we really selling in IKEA in Oxford Street? Because ain't no one travelling around on a bus or a tube from central London with supplies. How many people do generally drive in their car up to central London to do a bit of shopping for a bit of wood? Do you get what I mean? And that's a surprise, because I see what's coming for IKEA, and I see some amazing mergers coming up as well. And I see how NFTs are going to link in with IKEA. Not only with IKEA, right? I don't want to give too much tea away, because this is not even the real content. This is just me purging this out before bed, because it's got me excited. But I'm going to break this down into segmented content. That's why you need to hit like and subscribe, people. Hit me in the comments with anything from this transmission so far that really stood out to you, like, damn, that point is what I want to know more about. Then let me know. But there's a lot more mergers coming, right? I see some stuff going on with IKEA and Costco. Do you see the alignment between the branding there? That what in order for the economy to survive, there are going to be major shifts and major mergers, okay? So we're talking about like Sainsbury's, Morrison's, local shops. I can only refer to United Kingdom and London, where I live, but obviously this is going to be happening around the world. There's going to be a lot more mergers and a lot more companies coming together, and a lot more stuff moving online. But then they're going to have the grand centre of spots, like IKEA's just initiated that with the Oxford Street. That's going to be banging, and that's going to be way more than just shopping and a bit of food. It's going to be really tech savvy. There's going to be VR, AR components. Not only that, there's going to be anyone know what Chuckadero is? Amusement parks. I want to talk so much more to you guys as well when I come back, when we do a little economic forecast for the future about seaside towns in the United Kingdom. And we would go to Southend, Margate, Haven-on-Sea, whatever it's called, Bournemouth, and go to the sea and go and walk along the pier, Brighton. We're going to talk about what's going to happen to that whole community there, and the finances that surround there, and the struggle that's going to happen to those seaside towns. Because actually what is going on, and what I foresee, is that the seaside town is coming to the town centre. IKEA moving from Enfield, more of a derelict space on the outskirts of deprivation in relation to boroughs of wealth and deprivation. They're like, yeah, it's not feasible, it's not financially wise for us to keep this giant IKEA over here in Enfield, because the borough overall and the ecological grounding here is really reducing. The land here isn't financially, I don't know what the word is. It's not where you want to be if you're a big player in the game. Follow the big players in the game. IKEA is one. They're moving to Oxford Street. Imagine a jump from Enfield to Oxford Street. Look at the difference financially. Look at the change in deprivation. Look at the surrounding environment. What the hell does that suggest? That's a giant move. That says everything you need to know about the economy. Little moves like that. And then when you deep that and you see what I would do to analyse something like that, right? Firstly, you're going to look at the Enfield Borough. You're going to look at over the last decade. You're going to want to look at I'm nerding out, guys. I'm going to stop. Stay with me. I don't want to lose you, but I'm nerding out. If you're a nerd out there, you're going to love this, especially from United Kingdom. But you want to look at the borough of Enfield, and you want to look at the finances that surround that over the last decade. You want to see increase, decline. And not only do you want to monitor increase and decline across that borough, you want to be able to pull forecasts, which are out there generally from other people. And then you can see exactly why IKEA has decided to move. IKEA could have gone anywhere. Do you get what I mean? The reason I say this, because what is one of the most expensive streets out there? If we're playing Monopoly, oh my giddy aunt, we've gone straight to Oxford Street from Enfield. That means shit, we need to scale up. We're scaling up heavy. IKEA's made the move, they've scaled up massively. That's a massive signal to what I would refer to as micro companies and meso companies, because I'm going to refer to IKEA as a macro system. as a macro ecosystem, full stop, right? We all have the whole inferences within our eco, but let's fundamentally break a franchise down as IKEA franchise within reason. A big corporation like that, it's evidently clear what's going on. I'm ranting. Anyone who really receives this, you'll get it. But for me, that was a defining move in the system. And I'm so excited to come and break everything else down to you. So, all I'm going to say is before I come back, because I'm not sure how much time it's going to take me to really come back and break this down, we're going to go in on the crypto. I'm going to give you some specific dates on when that market's going to go down. I'm still prophesizing the floors 10,493. I'm still talking about that 14. That 14's got me tight in the brain. Can't leave me alone. So that's coming. I'm not going to see the 15. I know I'm going to miss it. I'm just going to go on one day and it's going to be 14. I'm like, shit, yep, here we go. And then from then we're going straight to 13. And then that's when it starts hitting the 10. I'm saying all this by the end of the year. December's looking juicy for a lot of shit happening, which is really interesting because there's been some really positive news in the crypto field, which made me feel like investments would go up. Like it would be an incentive for people to buy in. Like I know better, but when I saw the news break over the last week about some of the mergers that were taking place, I thought, oh, that's interesting because we're just about to hit 16 and they've dropped this. I thought this could potentially boost the market up because now people are more intrigued to move over to it because there's so much more incentive now, especially with the little things coming in like the McDonald's. It seems minor, but I mean it's a big deal. It's a big deal to just be using crypto freely like that, just tap a lapping and going about your day, you know. So that's super interesting. I'm going to break that down full on diagnosis. I'm going to do the future of porn. That's coming. And also we're going to go in on Meta. There's so much like, God, I can't even relax when I talk about Meta. Everything inside of me starts to vibrate and it's not even in an inappropriate way. It isn't, I promise. It's just, oh, it's amazing. I'm so obsessed. I'm so into it. I'm so here for it. And I'm so excited about that. And Web3. I really want to talk about a lot of court proceedings as well and findings that are coming up. I'm going to find a way to put all this content out on the channel in the right way because there's a lot of legal issues and state and government controls that I've been monitoring, not only in the United Kingdom, but USA. And also there's a very interesting piece that I want to share with you from the European Commission, where they're really the first people that I've seen through my research looking at decentralized digitalization, which is a word that I just thought I came up with, and I googled it, and the only people that were speaking about that was the European Commission, and they've got a massive chunk out on that, and that's all about energy as well, but more importantly that is about Web3 and the future of tech, and it's a massive kind of manifest as keynotes really, but it is summing up where the world is going. And if you are into predictions and following the industrial strategy, business and energy, tech advancements, VR, meta, cryptocurrency, actually currency as a whole, because actually the pound is at a really turbulent space as well, and obviously the government is really going through it at this time, you know. I mean, not only in the United Kingdom are we dealing with such a poor government structure because of Conservatives. As much as I'm still standing by the Conservatives, it's not time for Labour, we know that, but it's a situation of the world is going through it. There's so much stuff in China, Sri Lanka. I mean, Italy is also stepping up with a lot of controversy as well. I mean, we got Ukraine and Russia, and the US is still doing what it does. I mean, with Donald stuff kind of wavering back up again as well. That's going to keep pouring out a lot of issues from state to state as well that actually have much larger repercussions for the rest of America, but then also do predict and set a precedence for how we move forward in smaller countries like the United Kingdom, you know. So I'm going to pause there and leave it there and leave my rant over and just say hermatologist for Prime Minister. I mean, what are we waiting for? I mean, if Boris can be in office and he's calling people letterboxes, and Liz Truss can be there for 44 days, and yeah, I mean, it's about time I got in there, isn't it? So love and light. I hope you found benefit in this transmission today. This was just me ranting through all the gorgeous stuff that I do want to talk to you about further down the line. I hope you enjoyed this, and I will check in with you really, really soon. Please do share if there was anything specific in here that you enjoyed and you do want to know more about, because the more you let me know in the comments, the more I can really tailor the content to suit your needs, guys, okay? But there's so much predictions coming out, and it's not going to be zodiac specific. It really is going to hone in on some real economical forecasts. I might put it out on Hermatology Me, actually. So if you go over to the featured channels, you'll see my Hermatology Me channel, and there's going to be content coming over there. I'm torn between being a economist versus being a clairvoyant entrepreneur. So we're merging both constructs at this time. I am a bit of a researcher and analyst, an economist in my own mind frame, but more than anything, I am a intuitive. So yeah, it's an interesting way that we are bringing spirituality into a corporate field. And it hasn't been easy for me to get here and own my reality and be confident in what I speak about. So I value all of you guys that have subscribed to my channel and been supporting my content over the last few months. I mean, I've only started posting over the last few months. I think in July I started going with this content. And August, September, October, we're 3 months in. Halfway, we're past 500 subscribers. And I'm just getting more and more confident in getting into my driving seat to take you all out and about. And I also had a visit from the Galactic Federation, may I add. And I haven't put that out. I mean, there's so much content coming out my arse. I don't know what to do with it. But if you do also enjoy the Galactic Federation, and you would like a piece on that, I did put a piece out on Hermatology Me about that. But the issue was that was my first ever time channeling them, and that was a bit deep and intense, and I don't want that to be my reputation long term, so I had to take it down. So the next time I go in with the Federation, I'm going to kind of really shape it a lot more. But I do connect with the Galactic Federation, and they did pop in to see me again last week, just around the time of the Meta Connect as well. A few days before and a few days after, the Galactic Federation have kind of been filling me up and informing me of some really pivotal and key changes happening across the galaxy. So I will be tapping into that a lot more with the collective. But I mean, you've got to understand, I am just one person trying to balance out a really normal life, corporate, versus galactic life. Welcome to the Hermatologist channel, you know. So love and light, all of you guys. I think you're amazing. I'm grateful for your contributions and your comments and all of your love, and I will be back soon with more. Adios.